guys. I'm just literally came in the door from my first day of school, which is why I still have my nursing scrubs on. And it was a fantastic first day. Not really. I didn't like it. It irritates me how easily I get bothered by little things, and there were a few little things that went on. Anyway, I'm really excited to do this video because it's a Q&A video and I am obsessed with answering questions. I don't really know why. But anyway, so I've been really looking forward to making this video, so here goes. So the first question is, do you stay in touch with the family in the Republic of Ireland? Yes, I do. This is the family that I nannied for this summer in Ireland. I do stay in contact with them, not like super frequent contact, but we send each other updates, every couple of months. So like I know generally what they're up to and they know generally what I'm up to, but we're not like best friends. Next question. I'm curious to know how you are reaching out to connect with people and how you feel when doing so. Is it a conscious thought to put forth the effort? It is a conscious thought. I have to do it intentionally. It's not something that comes naturally for me. So how do I reach out to connect with people? Well, most of the people that I've been talking to recently are the people that are in my nursing program just because I see them like all the time. So if it's my first time making contact with them, I'll like ask them if they have like a piece of lined paper that I can use or something if we're in lecture, or I'll ask them how they're finding the program, or I'll ask them who their clinical course director for their practicum placement is and like if they like their practicum placement, stuff like that. Something that like it doesn't sound weird for me to ask those questions, and those are questions that like they can answer and then it wouldn't be awkward for us to continue talking, but it also wouldn't be awkward if we didn't continue talking, if that makes any sense. And sometimes we do continue talking after that and conversation just sort of like flows and I just like try to like relax and let it happen as it happens. Other times we sort of like don't continue talking and the professor just starts lecturing and neither of us really, well, I think about it tons after, but the other person probably doesn't think about it after. Like I think about, oh my gosh, like was that super awkward or how did I do and stuff. But anyway, I have been putting conscious effort into it. And how I feel when doing so. I feel a bit nervous usually when I'm talking to this specific person for the first time. I've like, for the most part, I've been thinking about approaching that person for a while, and I've put a lot of thought into like, so what exactly am I going to say to them? It's not usually something I do just on the spur of the moment without having given it a lot of thought first. So there's a bit of anxiety, but not a whole lot. Mostly, I guess, just wondering like, are they going to think that I'm really stupid or something? But it's more just like, I wonder about it. Like, I just think to myself, are they going to think I'm stupid? But I don't actually feel anxious that they're going to think that I'm stupid. I sort of like feel neutral. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I've been trying to like really separate my thoughts from my feelings and not let my feelings like govern everything, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm just going to move on to the next question. When did you up your dosage? How did you know that you needed your dosage raised? Did you feel like the medication wasn't doing exactly what you needed to do? I don't remember when I upped my dosage. It was before I went to Ireland, so I think it was actually right before I went to Ireland. There's probably a video on it. I think it was probably like early June. It was raised up to 50 milligrams, I think. Yes, 50 milligrams of Paxil. How did I know I needed it raised? My doctor and I were still searching for the optimal dosage for me, and we just continued raising it by 5 to 10 milligrams every few weeks until we started seeing changes, and I started feeling like really well at 50 milligrams, so we just kept it there. It would have been like possible for me to continue raising it because 50 milligrams is not the highest dosage that a person can have safely. But I don't really feel a need to go any higher because I'm feeling quite fine at 50 and my doctor agrees. So we're just keeping it there for right now. But that may change in the future, and if it does change, I'll make a video on it for sure. What are the things you did not do before today? Something like, you can enter a discussion with strangers and their point of view and opinion, or do you just avoid? And what is your action in tense situations with strangers? I'm not sure if I completely understand the question, but I'll do my best answering it. What are the things that I did not do before today? So I'm assuming you mean, what did I do before I started feeling not anxious? I did basically like everything that I needed to do like I went grocery shopping and I went to school. For the most part, I didn't avoid those things. But I would, like, with grocery shopping, for example, that's something that did make me anxious. So I would avoid it until I absolutely needed some food. But I didn't ever, like, starve myself just because I didn't want to go to the grocery store because I was anxious. Like, I always went when I needed to. But, like, if I wanted to, like, bake something, but I had other food in my kitchen, I wouldn't go to the grocery store just to get the ingredients to bake the special thing. I would just, like, eat what I already had in the cupboards. And, like, I've never had a trouble, like, keeping a job or, like, applying to jobs or anything, but, like, applying to jobs would cause me a lot of anxiety, like the interviews and stuff. But I think I do a good enough job faking a confident face that my anxiety never really inhibited me from getting jobs. I always passed interviews just fine, even though I felt, like, really anxious. Things that I never did before today, and I still don't do today really, is going to parties. Although I did go to a party recently, like right before Christmas vacation, that I was pretty proud of myself for doing. But that's something that still causes me some anxiety. And it definitely, before I started taking Paxil, it definitely caused me a lot of anxiety, and I just didn't go. I remember having a panic attack at a wedding once, and now I won't go to weddings because I'm just like, they're too, like the wedding ceremony, I don't mind going to because you just, like, sit and you listen and whatever. But the receptions, like, they just freak me out because they're, like, not structured enough, and there's the dancing, and, like, what if I don't know all the steps? But I don't want to, like, sit out and not dance because then, like, I'll look, like, awkward and stuff. And so wedding receptions are still something that are really, really hard for me to do. And did I avoid discussions with strangers? Yeah, I mean, I don't talk to strangers, like, if I don't need to. I don't just, like, approach them and say, hey. But, like, if I need to approach a stranger and, like, ask for directions or something, like, I was usually able to do that. But it would usually, like if I was, like, walking downtown or something and I needed directions, I might walk past, like, a lot of people before deciding on the right person to ask directions from. And that was just a way of, like, putting off talking to the stranger, like, putting it off to a later time, just procrastinating, asking the stranger for directions. So that was something that was sort of anxiety related, I guess. Aren't you scared of Paxil withdrawal? I'm not. I know about the circumstances, experiences that some people have had with Paxil. I'm also aware of plenty of people who took Paxil and then stopped taking Paxil, like, when they didn't need it anymore, and they had no problems with it. I'm aware of those things, but I'm not scared of the withdrawal because something I'm trying to do is not let myself get scared and, like, worried and anxious about things that haven't happened yet. But that being said, like, I am aware of, okay, I'm doing a really horrible job of explaining this. I'm really sorry. What I'm trying to say is that I'm aware of the dangers of stopping medication. I know to do it under the direction of my doctor, I guess. But I'm not worried about it because I'm not going to let myself get worried over something that hasn't happened yet. What type of SA symptoms have you experienced? My heart would, like, beat really fast. And I say this in the past tense because it doesn't really happen so much anymore. My heart would beat really fast. I've had a few panic attacks that are really scary. I, like, sweat a lot. Headaches for sure. Stomach aches when I was younger, but then I sort of, like, graduated to headaches when I was in high school and up until recently when I started the Paxil. Symptoms. I don't know if this is a symptom, but I would, like, avoid things and, like, procrastinate a lot. That's not really a symptom of SA. I think it's just, like, a result of it or something. I don't know. But, like, if I had to, like, make a call to, like, the bank or, like, my phone company or something, or, you know, some place where, like, they put you on hold and stuff, like a company or something, like, that would make me really nervous, and I would, like, put off making those phone calls until I absolutely had to. What other types of SA symptoms? Yeah, just a lot of avoidance. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm sure that there are a lot of things that I'm forgetting, a lot of symptoms I'm forgetting. I just can't think of any more right now. Can you please tell us more about your decision to study nursing? Yeah, so my mom is a nurse and my grandmother was also a nurse, So that didn't really play a part in my decision very much. The desire to be a nurse is like in my genes or something. What else? I was also like really introduced to the nursing profession in 2005 when I was first hospitalized for depression. And it was a really long hospitalization. And I was like, for a lot of the time, I was the only patient on the ward. So I got a lot of one-on-one time with nurses, and I just got to see like a lot of what they do and stuff, and I got really interested in it. I wanted to become a nurse, but then later on, I put away those thoughts of wanting to be a nurse for a while because I wanted to be a psychologist. But then a couple of years ago, close to the time that I graduated with my psychology degree, I sort of revisited the idea of nursing with a career counselor, and well, she helped me come to the realization that nursing might be a really good thing for me, and that my psychology degree would be really helpful. So it's not like it would be really helpful for my future nursing career. So like the fact that I already studied like for 4 years to get my psychology degree, it wasn't really a waste because it's really going to help me in my nursing career, especially if I go on to be a psychiatric nurse. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. Do you have any advice or tips about applying to nursing school? For example, what classes did you need to take? Well, just to get into regular nursing school, the regular 4-year program, I don't think that there are specific classes you need to take. Maybe there are certain science and math classes that you need to take in high school, but I'm not really sure. I'm not in a 4-year nursing program. I'm in a 2-year nursing program, and a lot of universities I know have this program. It's for people who already have degrees. So we don't take any like general education classes or anything because it's assumed that we've already taken those. And for this 2-year program, there is a short list of prerequisites. For my school, like I had already taken most of the prerequisites that were required. Like I know like intro to psychology, for example, and I think 1 statistics class or maybe 2 statistics classes were required for nursing, but I'd already taken those because they were requirements for my psychology degree. There were 4 prerequisite classes that I needed to take after I graduated from psychology and before I got into the nursing program. So those were anatomy, physiology, a humanities class. So a philosophy class. And there's one more. Oh yeah, microbiology. So I took microbiology for nurses. And how was your college experience with SA, with social anxiety? It was hard at first. Like the first 3 years, I guess it was pretty hard because I wasn't on medication. I was being hospitalized a lot. I didn't really know how to handle university life. I didn't really have any supports because I moved away from home. So I didn't have my family around me. And obviously making friends was really hard. I didn't really make friends. I wasn't working at that point, so I didn't have really any support system at all. And that was like really, really hard to be sort of all alone on campus, just me and my social anxiety. Grades wise, like none of my experience with mental illness has ever affected my grades. So grades wise, it was fine. It was just more on the social side. Like it was kind of sucked. But I'm sure that some people with social anxiety like are able to have like experience while in university that doesn't like suck. That was just my experience. But anyway, it doesn't suck anymore because now I'm a bit happier than I was when I was doing my first degree. And that is it for the questions. If you have any other questions that you want me to answer, please feel free to send me them. I really, 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 really like answering questions. And yes, that's it for now. So thank you for watching. Bye.